Let's go to the picture of the two criminals on the cross. Now, this is the greatest gift, without a doubt. This idea of salvation. Being united with the all-powerful, all-knowing, all-loving, eternal God forever. That is the greatest gift that we could possibly imagine. Is it not? Can anyone bring it? Okay, thank you. And we're going to take a look at a guy that clearly doesn't earn it, and who clearly receives it. Luke 23:32. You guys read this morning, so I'll breeze through this one. Two other men, both criminals, were also led out to be executed. When they came to the place called the Skull, they crucified him there along with the criminals, one on his right, the other on his left. Jesus said, "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing." They divided up his clothes by casting lots. The people stood watching, and the rulers even sneered at them and said, "He saved others, let him save himself, if he is God's Messiah, the chosen one." The soldiers also came up and mocked him. They offered him wine vinegar and said, "If you are the king of the Jews, save yourself." There was a written notice above him which read, "This is the king of the Jews." One of the criminals who hung there hurled insults at him. "Aren't you the Messiah? Save yourself and us." But the other criminal rebuked him. "Don't you fear God?" he said. "Since you are under the same sentence, we are punished justly, for we are getting what our deeds deserve, but this man has done nothing wrong." Then he turned to Jesus and said, "Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom." And Jesus answered, "Truly I tell you, today you will be with me in paradise." Paradise. In eternity, in the presence of our all-powerful, all-knowing, all-loving, eternal God. Greatest gift imaginable. The criminal on the cross, clearly not deserving, clearly receiving. Today, when you die, this day, you will be with me in paradise. The same criminal was experiencing the consequences of his sin, leading to death. What he earned, he was receiving. What I'm not saying in this is that there is a universally automatic thing that when you die, you just get to go and be with God. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that it is universally available to everyone. Right? The entire world and the history of the world has this option. It is completely inclusive to the entire world. But it is exclusive in the way that you can get it. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through him. Totally inclusive offer. Really, really exclusive way. Okay? So here's what I want to do. I want to get you guys involved a little bit more. I'm going to do what's called a gradation here. I want to illustrate something for you guys, and I want you guys to help me out. I'm going to ask you who this person is, and I want you to give me your opinion on where that person is on an eternal destination from. All right? First one, Caiaphas. Who knows who Caiaphas is? Yes?
The Jewish guy who was in charge of the other part, the Jewish leader.
The Jewish high priest guy in charge of ultimately making the call, crucify him. He's blaspheming. Crucify him. Crucify him. Crucify him. That's what Caiaphas is saying. Now, where do we believe that Caiaphas is? We believe, obviously he died. Do we believe that he's in heaven? Do we believe that, with God forever, greatest gift? Or do we believe that he is not? Colton? I believe he's not. And why do you believe that he is not?
Because, obviously no one deserves that painful of a death of crucifixion, and he's just saying all over the place, you get to be crucified, and you deserve it, you deserve to be crucified, you definitely deserve to be crucified, because you're the Messiah.
Right.
Savior.
Okay. Thank you, Colton. Yeah. So if we believe in Jesus, do we get to go to heaven? Wait a second, hold on. If we believe in Jesus, do we get to go to heaven? I've always heard that. I think that what we believe about Jesus is really instrumental in that. Caiaphas believed in Jesus. He believed that Jesus was a man, and he believed that Jesus was crazy. He did not believe that Jesus was Messiah, the Son of God. He came to seek and save the lost. He did not believe that. And I think that what he believed about Jesus and that what he didn't believe about Jesus cost him that eternal destination. Next up, Judas. Someone tell me who Judas was. Yes, Maddie.
He was one of the first disciples, and basically some guards were saying, like, oh, we'll pay you money if you lure or, like, make a plan and help us to get Jesus so we can basically crucify him.
Right, yeah. One of the original disciples. What did he believe about Jesus? Actually, first, off on that, where do we believe that he is? How many people believe that he is with God in heaven? How many people believe that he is separate from God in eternity? Okay, yeah, good. So this is kind of a tough one. I saw some hands kind of sheepishly go up on the first. And so we can talk about that a little bit more at a later time. But I believe, and for the sake of this talk right now, that he is eternally separate from God. Because, well, what did he believe about Jesus? Did he believe that Jesus was a good leader? Yeah. He wouldn't have followed him if he didn't believe that Jesus was a good leader. Logan.
He expected him to militarily overtake Rome.
Yeah.
And Israel for
Yeah, okay, look, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt on how you were brought up. We thought you were going to come a different way, but you're a great leader. I can see people are following you. I can see that. You're a great leader, so I'm going to follow you, and I can't wait to take this thing over with you. I want to be on the side of the guy who's going to win this thing, right? Then when he saw that Jesus wasn't going to win this thing in the way that he thought he was going to win this thing because he didn't believe he was the Messiah, the chosen one of God, he was out. He was confounded by Jesus' leadership. And it separated him. He was shamed, ultimately. And I believe separated from God for eternity. Demons. What do we believe about demons? What do demons believe about Jesus? Do they believe in Jesus? Let's go, Joseph. Colton's answered a couple. They don't. Barrett.
Demons are angels who decided to go with Satan.
Right? Good.
Follow Satan instead of God.
So in James 2, it talks about, we have this picture, this idea of a demon who believes that Jesus is what? The Son of God, Messiah, the chosen one. And what is their response to that? They shudder. They shudder because they know the truth. They believe that Jesus is the Son of God. And are they going to be with God in heaven for eternity? No, they made their decision. They are unredeemable. They are not man. They are, as you said, Barrett, they are angels. And God didn't come to redeem trees or angels. He came to redeem man. Because of God's great love for us. So, what you believe about Jesus matters. Now let's take a look at the first criminal on the cross. What did he believe about Jesus? I love how Colton's hand comes up every time. I'm going to spread it around a little bit. Rob up. Was your hand up? Did you have it? Go for it.
I guess I'll shut it down.
Yeah.
What do you believe about Jesus? I felt he didn't believe Jesus was the Messiah, but he was hoping he was some kind of powerful entity because he said, aren't you the Messiah? He questioned it.
Yeah.
And he said, if you are, why don't you save yourself and us?
Yeah. Look, I'm hanging on the cross here, man. I'm desperate. I don't know, but if these guys are saying this thing, if they're hurling these insults at you, I'll go ahead and throw one up. Come on, prove it. Are you or are you not? He didn't have faith. He just wanted to be saved. There was no humble recognition, and there was no humble submission. And then we have the second criminal on the cross. What do we believe about him? Do what?
He said that he's with Christ.
He's with Christ. We believe that because Christ tells us that. What do we believe about his life? That he earned it? No, not at all. But that he recognized it. Humble recognition and humble submission. He turned to Jesus and asked him to remember him when he enters his kingdom. And Jesus said, surely today will be with you in paradise. Now, out of all the people saying, save yourself and save others, he says, save me, in effect. And we believe that he is with God for eternity because Jesus tells us that, and these other ones we don't know. So what's the difference? I think that the main thing that I want you guys to get out of this lesson today is what is the difference between the second criminal, Caiaphas, Judas, demons, and the first criminal on the cross? We get to find out. If we get to find out right here in the scripture, it tells us in verse 40, don't you fear God? That's the difference. It means we should be scared of God and afraid of God. Side note, I think we should. Second, I I don't think that we should operate out of that because he loves us so greatly. I think we should be just frightened about the power that he wields and holds, and that we deserve wrath, and that he is in charge sovereignly of the whole thing, the whole setup. So yeah, we should, but that isn't what this word means. In the Greek, the root of this word says to move, to flee out of panic or fear. This word, fear, is a verb meaning to be moved. How are you moved by Jesus? That is the key to grace. It's not just believing something about Jesus. It's believing the right thing about Jesus in the right way. Now, what I'm not saying is, as I heard someone tell me the other week, in this idea of grace, if there's 1,000 steps to God, God takes 999. But we have to take one. Not true. If it was true, this scene that Luke gives us would be erroneous. Why? The second criminal on the cross could not have taken a step to God because his feet were nailed to a cross. Because that's what he earned. That's what he deserved. With what it could take for him to step to God, he took that step for himself away from God, and it got him with what his sins deserved. The penalty. He could not have taken a step because his feet were nailed to a cross. The idea of grace is that in 1,000 steps to God, God takes 1,000 steps. And our response matters. If you don't get anything else out of today, get that. 1,000 steps to God. God takes 1,000 steps.